So my particular topic was on unpacking AI, and specifically how we actually design, develop and operationalise AI in a responsible manner and in alignment with the safety and risk requirements of wildland firefighting. AI is actually over 400 years old. We are actually using it currently. We've also been using it for a very, very long time. What the industry hasn't actually seen are guardrails around the actual use of AI moving forward with things like predictive analytics or generative AI across the sector. So what I'm actually talking about is how those guardrails will actually support the innovation and direction of the sector, and how we can continue to actually move forward productively by understanding a little bit more clarity around the parameters and the requirements that are needed by the sector to maintain safety for our firefighters, both on the front line as well as supporting them in the back office too. In speaking to over 50 different firefighters at this stage for my independent research project, the most significant thing that we're seeing is safety. So what we need to have at the front of mind when developing any sort of AI system is it actually a safe system? Are our people on the ground going to be safe from the outputs that it actually generates, but also how is it being used on the fireground as well, and will people actually be put in harm's way if it's used in the wrong way or if it's implemented incorrectly. The analogy I always like to use is when you've got a bowling alley, when you're first starting out with bowling, you've got those guardrails up. You can probably hit a little bit better, those clubs a little bit better, if you have the guardrails up than if they're down initially. As you start to get better at it and you start to be more exposed to exactly how to bowl correctly with a good technique and all the rest of it, you can then remove those barriers, and that will actually enable you to use your own skill and capability from your experience. I'm advocating for the same sort of thing for the AI area. The more that we learn, the more parameters that we have, the more boundaries that we understand, the more we can actually innovate because we have direction and structure across the whole sector.